Hey artists and designers, we're going to work today on how to get the color swatches right into Animate. There's a certain set of color swatches that are really helpful because they're not just for web, which is standard in Animate to have that. They're going to be available for the lower contrast colors, which include the print color set. So starting here on the color for cards section of the website, there is a little bit of information on color. It says Animate Color Palette, and here is the download. So you're going to go to use the color palette for the web, and I'm going to click that. What that gives you is a download. It's a zip file. You're going to then click download. If you're looking for this, if you're not in the Digital Imaging 2 course or looking for this in a different way, you can go to kcaddlc.org, and we have a section for guides and color. And this is the same link, print an NTSC color safe palette. So NTSC is a color palette that is used by some of the older TVs. We're still using it to help us to make sure that our color is working on all devices. So the goal is to make sure that our color is awesome no matter where it lands. It's always a moving target. So I've downloaded this. I'm going to now show it in my Finder and pull it off of here. I would recommend for you to put it into your brushes and palettes folder, something that you will have on your computer that you can always access. A zip file on a Mac, you're going to have to double click and then it will download this. You can then, or it will unarchive the folder, and then you can trash the zip part of it. Okay, so this print and NTSC color palette, what is it? If I double click on it, I'm going to see that it's a .clr file. Some people like to just double click, but I'm going, and that sometimes does download it right into Animate, but I do want to make sure that we go through any kind of troubleshooting that could happen. So what we would do is open up Animate. So here is the Animate file that we're going to be using. It's the identity card deck, and this kind of goes through the options. And you can see that in my swatches set, this is the standard default swatches for Animate. One of the things that you might want to do just to get on the same track with me is go to Workspaces, Window and Workspaces in Animate. I'm an animator. Let's use small screens so that we can all be on the same workspace. When you're in small screen, the color, the swatches are right here. So it's in between color and swatches if you click on color. So these default colors, you can see that they are extremely bright. They're something that we'll not be able to print. And since we're making a deck of cards, we'll need to be able to print them. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this hamburger menu here and then load. We're going to actually replace colors. If you do add, it will add it to the set, and what the idea here is to actually get rid of those other ones. So it's going to hit replace colors, and then I'm going to go to my desktop and click on the Flash Print and NTSC safe colors and say open. And this beautiful new color swatch set has just been placed into the Adobe Animate. I can now pick from these colors and then paint. You can see that these colors are now going to be in them. If I go to here, I'm going to be able to pick from that. This color here, it may or may not be a direct color that's in here, but that's okay. One of the things that I do want to show you guys is that these colors are not the brightest colors. So what if you wanted to do a different color? Like these are not as many colors as you might want to use, but so how can you alter them? So let's go to something that you would assume would be pretty bright. Let's go to one of these colors, and then I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on this little section here, which is the color wheel. You can see that in the context of Animate, the the brightest of the colors are not being used. So if I'm going to alter this color, I would want to go down. I would not want to go more saturated. The saturation is able to come on a computer from the light going through the back of the screen. And so this is a printable color. This one right here, not so much. This is not a printable color unless you start to get into spot colors. So you can alter colors and kind of stay within this range, but don't go up would be the recommendation. So I'm going to go down here and choose that color. I could choose that. So let's try another color. Let's try yellow, for example. This will be something that you can really see that difference from as well. So I'm going to go to here, and you can see that this is the brightest of the yellows that can be printed. If you try to go to something like this, you might have some problems, and you potentially will be disappointed with what you get from a print from what you see on screen. So the best practices is to make sure that we use the lower saturated colors and make sure it looks great like that. So that is my recommendation. Just try one more color here. Let's try a magenta. This is one of the brighter magentas. I'm going to give that a try so that you can see the system. So basically you can see that this one is closer to the saturation end, but I would not be able to go up from here in my color pick. I would need to kind of stay within this range. Often if you want to make something look brighter, you can make it look lighter, and then that will make it look brighter and more saturated. So that is the information on the color palette that I want you to install into Animate. You're going to load this color palette, and then we're going to have beautiful prints that you have an expectation that the prints are going to be right. Okay, have a great day.